your girl's still here. The last round was a little bit sketchy. I think I definitely cashed in my get out of hell free card. Only good one time in a game. And I managed to get Lex, my numero uno target, out of the game. He's such a huge threat. So glad that he's out. And, I feel like the game is wide open now. So I'm mostly just glad to be here. And I was really worried that I wasn't going to be.
Look at that. What does that say? Congratulations. You have found a hidden immunity idol. Let's go. Merge idol. So pumped. Ton of work to get to it, but so worth it. I'm just so happy that I have this in my back pocket now, and I can use that to my advantage to help make the move that I need to make at the given time in the game to set my case up for why I should win this game. Couldn't be any happier right now.
Yeah, so I got a clue. It said message, or pardon me, on Alex's tile, it said message for a clue. So I messaged him for a clue. The clue was a series of phrases that referenced who had been eliminated previously from the game. And so you had to look at fourth of the third, third of the fourth, second of the third, etc. So what I've just done so far, and hopefully this starts to work, is pull like the third letter of the fourth person eliminated and try to unscramble what's there. So that's my first hypothesis, and we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Kylie, I want to make sure that we're good. Like,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
feel like there was like concern, but I want you to know I was always open to moving.
Yeah, no,
forward.
absolutely.
I was the ridiculous one that gave McKenna all of the work with all the dots and circles, and so.
Yeah, no, I appreciate all of y'all so much for keeping me.
Thank you for bouncing out of that room so we could talk and make that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was hard to do, but I'm glad that me and Lex got to talk too. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right, time to go.
All right.
I don't like. I mean, Lex and I were close, and I would have liked to work longer with him in the game, but having him in is too much of a liability to me. He revealed some information. I shared with him about a code that was made by me, Zucker, and Shea, and the hope was that he was going to use that to work together, but instead he tried to use that to bring other people closer to him than to me, and so unfortunately I had to move to get rid of him. For lack of a better
so Kylie, I just want to say, your other vote was not from me, and I know that there might be like some idea that maybe it was, and I don't know, you might not have a reason to believe that, but I just wanted to let you know that I did vote for Lex, and that's not. I have, I want to move forward, and now that we got that mess out of the way,
Mm-hmm. Like I was saying, I didn't think that you were like throwing me under the bus by any stretch. I was just trying to like show how connected Lex was.
Yeah, exactly. And you and I had chats that was the case. We were both on the same page as far as that goes. We knew he was very connected and stuff.
No, I developed such a good relationship with Lex. For that reason, it was hard to write his name down, but also unsure of him having some type of idol or advantage. And so it was a little bit of an assurance vote just in case there was some kind of, advantage shenanigans, just to cover, our bases there. I hope it doesn't kind of add up that it was me. I'm playing it off like, yeah, I voted Lex because I heard his, he was throwing my name under the bus because I quote unquote failed his test. And so I'm just, again, playing that up for everyone. And so should hopefully go over their heads. So hard to lose a good ally in Lex, but ultimately, I wanted to be on the right side of the numbers and not have the eyes on me.
Everyone,
I'll be honest. Like, I did feel pretty close to Lex, and that's probably been like one of the hardest votes I've ever had to make in any of these games.
Yeah.
But like
I
said, I want you guys to know that like that is the way I voted, and I'm pretty much open at this point. Like I don't have any like final deals or anything with anybody. So, that was a difficult vote because I did feel close to both of them. So like, but I came out of my confessional in that round, and it was just like the two of them going back and forth. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
No, it was for me also, like, I developed a good, just again, outside the game relationship with Lex, and again, that's the hard part about this game, is just separating emotion from the best move.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Just like you, Garso, like hard to write his name down, but I had to do what I had to do.
Mm-hmm. That genuinely has been the hardest vote that I've ever had to cast in any of the games that I've played. I don't know. It just, Lex and I think had a little bit of a complicated relationship coming in because we didn't really work that closely, especially in the merge phase in Trinity Falls. And then, just like getting to know him and becoming friends with him outside of the game, and then coming into All Stars, like it was just a constant battle back and forth in my head of, can I trust him? Can't I trust him? And it seemed like he was playing a more like loyal game this time, but then still he was still the outspoken and very like friendly person that he is. So he was obviously then very well connected at the same time. So it's like, well, is he closer to me than he is those other people? And that last vote was literally a lose-lose situation for me, because I felt so close with Lex and Kylie, and then all of a sudden for it to just hit the fan like it did, and then be a position where it's the two of them pitted against each other, and then feel like I'm in the middle. Overall not a good situation for me. But that being said, I did what I felt like I had to do to move forward in this game, and I'm literally the lone Trinity Falls member left. So there's less of a target on me in that sense. So I'm hoping that can help me moving forward. But yeah, I mean, definitely one of the hardest votes that I've ever had to do. I think Shea had a lot to do with the drama that started between Lex and Kylie.
I think so too.
Like, full transparency, I did feel really good with both Lex and Kylie. And like,
I did too at first.
Honestly, that was a lose-lose situation for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way it went, because I did feel good about them both. And Shea and Lex are very similar in the sense that, big personalities.
Yeah.
All right, come on in. We'll now bring in Shea, returning from Exile Island.
Well, congrats to all of you on surviving the first round of the merge game. That is a huge accomplishment. And once again, immunity is back up for grabs. Are you ready to get to your next immunity challenge?
You know what that means. It's time for Extreme Flip Cup.
Wait a minute. These are all stars. Don't you think Extreme Flip Cup is a little easy?
Yeah. You know what? You're right. It's time for extra Extreme Flip Cup, and here's how it works.
All right. This challenge will be played in rounds where one person per round will be eliminated. In the first round, players will flip one cup from right side up to upside down, just like normal flip cup rules. For the second round, the remaining 9 players will need to flip 2 cups, one on top of the other, making a stack. Subsequent rounds will follow in the same format, but with more cups and a higher stack. Ultimately, the final 2 will be flipping cups to make a stack 9 cups tall. The first player to flip and stack all 9 cups will very deservedly win immunity and guarantee themselves a place in the final 9.
And for the sake of time, if any round goes for 5 minutes, anyone who has not completed the required number of flips will automatically be eliminated.
All right. We'll give you a minute to strategize and we'll get things started. Here we go. For immunity. Survivors ready? Go.
Andrew's good. Simmons
Karen's
good.
done.
Karen's done. Kylie's done. Ashley's done. Garsow's done. Trey's done.
Maddie is out.
Oh, Maddie.
All right. Survivors ready. Go. Aaron has her first cup. Shea has her first cup. His first cup. Kylie has her first cup. Garsow's good. Garsow moving on. Looks like everybody has their first cup. Everybody's going for their second.
I'm telling you, this looks so much easier than it is. Also quickly done.
Done.
Simmons good. Zucker on and off the cup.
Got
On and
it.
off the cup again.
Karen's good and Ashley's good.
Oh,
And
Zucker's
Zucker's
out.
good. Shea eliminated.
Maddie and Shea have been eliminated so far. Survivors ready? Go.
Simmons first cup already. Garsow second cup. Simmons second cup. Garsow, you are good. Garsow's moving on. Simmons good.
Simmons is good.
moving on.
Got two.
Tossing it two. Letting everybody know. Denson still at one. Austin, moving on. Denson, eliminated.
We're flipping 4 cups. Survivors ready? Go.
Garsow at one. Becker at one. Kylie at one. Simmons at two.
Garso has 2.
Garsow has three.
Garso has 3.
Austin's up one. Everyone else has a
Simmons is good. Simmons moving on. Garso's good.
down to Ashley, Kylie, and Karen. Two of them are Who likes to get drunk the most?
Kylie's
done.
good.
Got it.
Karen's done. Ashley, out of the challenge.
We're down to Zucker, Austin, Moorhead, Austin Garsow, Karen, Simmons, and Kylie. We are flipping 5 cups this time. It's getting extreme. Survivors ready? Go.
Kylie's got one. Simmons has one. Karen has one. Austin with one. Garsow with one. Everybody at one. Karen and Austin Moorhead on their last ones.
I have 2 more, I think.
Okay. Austin moving on. Garsow, Simmons, Karen, and Kylie still fighting for their spot. Simmons is up to 4.
5.
He's at 5. He's done. You don't always have to be first. You just can't be last. Karen's falls right off again. Falls right off again.
Got it.
Karen gets it. She's moving on. Garsow out of the challenge.
That's crazy. I was just about to say Garso was going to sweep this, and what's the point in ending of this keeping going?
Survivors ready? Go.
Simmons and Zucker already off to a hot start.
Zucker's up to 2, so is Simmons.
3. Zucker's at 4. Simmons at 2. Karen at 1. I think Austin Moorhead's
Oh, no. Zucker and Simmons on their last cup.
Simmons is good. Zucker is good. Moving on. Karen at 5. And Karen at 6. Karen's moving on. Austin, all of his cups are back on the ground.
We are down to 4, and we are up to 7 cups. Go.
Got one from everybody.
Done.
Kylie is done. Kylie's moving on. Simmons, that falls off. That's good.
Good. Simmons has 5. Zucker has 3. Karen's still at 1.
That's good. 6 for Simmons. Last one. He'll be moving on. That's good. Simmons is moving on to the final 3. Looking for one more. Karen at now dose. Zucker at 3. Karen, the flip cup hero in a sense from Final 18 challenge, and just like that, she has been slain. We are at the final 3. Zucker, Simmons, and Kylie.
Survivor's ready. Go.
1 to 8. Everybody at 1.
I'm good.
Good Zucker. Good Zucker.
One more.
Done.
Kylie's good.
Simmons is done, and so is Kylie. Zucker out of the challenge.
Okay, here we are. The final round. One of you will win immunity. You're stacking 9 cups. Survivor's ready. Go.
Simmons with 1. Kylie with 1. Simmons another one.
Okay.
And that's it. Just like that. Simmons wins individual immunity. Safe at the final 10.
You will now go forth and figure out which one of you is going to be voted out. Simmons, it will not be you. Peace out.
Scramble, scramble, scramble.
Let's fucking go. Come on. Come on. I needed that shit so bad. So bad. People were saying my name all day yesterday, this morning. They want to get me out. I don't care if it puts a target on my back because, I want a challenge. I'm going to start running my challenges. Yeah. Guess what I said right before this? If you keep me in this game, I'm going to do something. You should have voted me out last tribal. You should have did it. You messed up. I'm back. Let's go. Let's go.
Glad my buddy's got immunity. Wish I could say the same for myself. But we all knew as soon as Extreme Flip Cup was put on the table that was not going to be mine. But I do have a clue to an advantage. And so hopefully the extra time that I've gotten to just start with it will pay benefits if I can make it past this round.
So this was my second time to get to play Extreme Flip Cup, and I was also the runner-up last time that I played. I just cannot quite seal the deal and pull off a victory. Like, I'm okay at it, but I'm obviously not very good. But I'm fine with Simmons winning. He is definitely somebody that I do want to work with, and so great with him winning immunity. Ultimately, I am like a free agent. I don't care who we vote off. I think I did so much chaos last round that I just need to absolutely sit back, and whoever they tell me to vote is who I'm going to vote.
Yeah. Lex and Kylie went after each other. Good thing for me because it gets heat off of me. Bad thing that everybody wanted to go Kylie, and Lex is gone. He's a massive threat, but he's a shield for me. And I'm disappointed because Kylie has said my name before. So I'm just praying the fact that people are sticking in rooms with her that are with me so that she doesn't say my name.
All right, who do we want?
Nice job, y'all. Yeah. Do we trust that someone that went to exile didn't get something?
I would say Shea or Zucker, to be honest. What do you think?
Well, if all the mess that was getting spread around sorry. All right.
No, go ahead.
Oh, all the mess that was getting spread around earlier seems to be coming from the same source. So why not deal with it?
What are you thinking, Austin?
I'm pissed. I had so much. Kylie, I hope this says something. It's okay. I just want to let you know.
Thank you so much, and I'm absolutely here to work with you. Like, who do you want to go for? Because I'm literally there.
I want to know what. So I want to know like what Shea has from like immunity. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm saying, because if he really was going back and telling Lex things, then I feel like we nipped the cord and finally cut off whatever. Because I'm sure none of us want other informations going back to where they need to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you guys, what are you guys thinking? Like,
No, right before you came in, I said Shea or Zucker just to throw names out
okay.
because I feel like they're kind of a duo at this point.
Yeah. Do you guys have a preference on which one? Because if not, maybe we do a split vote, because who's to say that Shea may have found something, but I'd rather take it out now than it go down the road.
The most surprising thing about Tribal was that nothing was played and Lex just kind of went, which is I'm fine with. I think that right now, I kind of just vocalized it. Karen's kind of vocalized it. Kylie and Zucker kind of vocalized, hey, let's get rid of the person that it seems like they are spreading truths. They are spreading things that have happened, but it's like, all right, we need to cut that off now before the game progresses and all of our business is getting put out there. So throughout Shea's name, I think Karen was the one that said Zucker or Shea just to like put another name. Shea put out Madeline's name. I think that whatever's going on right now, I feel like when I get back, it'll probably be those three names. And I'm gonna try my hardest to make it so that it's Shea this time. I mean, I like the dude, but I can't have stuff going all over the place. So that's where I'm kind of leaning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All set.
By the way, Kylie, I want to say that like I do think Lex was just potentially trying to flame things up too. Like I never had a plan to come like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was sad by that. I was like, this sucks because we came into this, you know what I mean? Like being like, yeah, let's be friends. And I felt like we had been. So
yeah, no, he's very good at, and it's not even outright lies. He's very good at taking kind of half truths and then spinning them how he needs to spin them.
Yeah.
Which is
like in my head, I was literally like, I wonder if you guys were just talking game and Kylie was like, Shea's a pretty outgoing player. Like he may be somebody people like, you know what I mean? Could be good at tribal council or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like he just takes that back and is like, Kylie's saying your name. You know what I mean? And it's like, what the fuck,
So I did not think that it was going to be possible to get that many people to vote out Lex. But I'm really, really, really glad the tides turned on him and not Kylie, because Kylie's like my number one right now. So I do still want to work really closely with Ashley, but I needed Lex to be gone for that to be a better relationship, because Lex was in too deep with her, and I don't know, that just scared me a little bit. But I'm glad it was an overwhelming majority onto Lex and not me being snaky and like betraying Ashley. But I feel like I handled that round in a way that I didn't break any trust with Ashley, because I was able to tell her that I was leaning towards voting Lex. So we'll see. It looks like the tides have turned. I'm definitely trying to get a group with like Austin, Moorhead, Maddie, Simmons, Kylie, and me to be like a 5. Because I feel better. And then I don't know, I can't like shank Ashley, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. And I don't want to ruin her game or mess up her game, but I also have to think about my own game, and I think me going with Lex was not the right move for me. So I'm happy with the outcome.
Wrong opinion, but I
very quick, what happened?
It was Kylie versus Lex, and they were bickering back and forth. I basically was like, could you two just go to maybe a different room and let us discuss it? The majority wanted Lex, and that's how it went. One person threw a vote, an extra vote on Kylie. I don't know who. to be honest, I don't care. I don't think it's a problem, and we're gonna move forward and go from there.
I mean, personally, I'm definitely nervous just with Kylie as a player. She's very well ingratiated with people, and kind of the same point she was making about Lex, I feel apply to her. It seems like the tide is rolling in the direction of Shea, because they're kind of putting those pieces together, that he was the one who leaked to Lex, that, we're kind of feeding Lex information. And so is, that as of now, that's where the vote is going. Still have a little bit of scrambling to do. But again, ultimately, my strategy is self-preservation and just getting myself as far as I can. And so if it's not me, I'm happy camper.
Yo, so what's the deets? What's the real deets of this?
I am telling you this. Like you said, a lot of people are worried with Zucker and how like some information came about. So I'm saying maybe the real vote is going to be on him, because that's what people are at least like telling me a little bit. So
cool.
They're doing like little itty bitty conversations. They're not like saying a whole lot, which
yeah, that's fine. Like I've been working with him, but frankly, like having me and him and Ashley is a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, and he is connected to people, and yeah, like so that would definitely. I mean, frankly, like it's as long as it's me, and plus I kind of, like I said, I want to create chaos with you.
Yeah, for real.
So like, yeah, so like if it's I don't know what if when we want to try to pull something like that off, like I'm fine with it. And by the way, if you ever want to, just find me like the one-on-one or try to pull me and just tell me a vote and I'll go with it. Just for fun.
Okay.
But,
Good, love it. Did you actually like? Is there anything like on Exile at all? Like at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's something?
Okay. Are we working together? Are we gonna? You're not gonna rank me, are you? Okay. All right. Promise.
You doing pinky promises?
Yeah, pinky promise. All right. I got to reset a challenge advantage by doing a puzzle, but it's only good for like 2 more things.
Okay.
I think it's kind of useless. Like in the last one, like what am I gonna do? Reset and suck again?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. So like it's yeah. If you ever want me to use it, put back on your shades.
Cool. I can do that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
So like if you suck it up in the challenge and have to, and lose and feel like you'd love a reset, just before you go off camera, fucking put on your shades and then go off camera.
Gotcha.
All right. I'll try to keep an eye out for it.
All right, we'll do. I'm gonna see what I can.
All right, let's jump around.
All right, buddy. So the plan is to, at least from my perspective, is to vote Shea out. Now, Shea joined me in a call, and I had to throw out another name to hopefully get on the board, and I went with Zucker or Garsow, simply for the fact that that was part of that chain, so that Shea would, run that pact with it. I was mainly trying to get information out of Exile with him, which I'm pretty certain he said something of it being a re-challenge, which doesn't make sense. I don't think that's the right play. So I'm hoping I didn't step in my own shit with this, with throwing Zucker's name out, because that was simply a diversion. The plan is to vote Shea, and it's hopefully sticks that way.
I'm gonna blend in a little bit, see what's going on. This mini format kind of messes with me because, like, ideally I'd be talking to my people right now, like very easily, like, hey, let's just go vote for this person, and we work on it in discreet fashion. But yeah, it's a tough spot, being in the mini version of the game. But I'm just glad it can't be me, and hopefully I can keep on to Maddie and Austin and keep them safe, and Andrew. We'll see what happens from here. Kylie.
Okay.
Kylie.
Okay.
All right, so this is Shea. He's gonna play it off that I put out Zucker because I had to get him off the track, to get him to what we could know what he got from Exile. So I said it's either Zucker or Garsow. So if it pops up, the real vote is Shea.
I'm gonna come in just confused and I tossed out Maddie's name now, and I'm gonna see how that goes. It might burn me because I left a room when Maddie entered it. And if it's me because Kylie wants it. But I think I still have enough allies in here to keep me around. But we'll see. I mean, do it? I mean, like, the closest thing I could say is, does anybody have connection to Maddie? Do we just want to make this one easy and go back to what the original plan was?
I mean, Andrew and Austin, I feel like might have. I don't. I haven't. I just met her yesterday. I don't know if Austin and Andrew have.
And one, me and Maddie's relationship on OG was friendly, but opposite sides.
Right. Honestly, it was just trying to get like votes and try to survive with what we could. So if that's what we need to do.
I mean, I'm fine with whatever. I just think we're at a phase now where no one wants to throw out a name. So if someone's willing to do that, and it sounds like it is, then I'm willing to go with it if enough people want it.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll jump over and see what other rooms are doing then. Is everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Has any names been put out? I haven't heard a name yet. So
I've heard Shea's name out there.
Okay.
Shay just popped in here and said Madeline.
Yeah, and that is true. I did hear Shay say Madeline. So I don't know Madeline very well. I know Shay, but Shay. It sounds like from before. The previous vote was a concern because it just being a little bit of a leaky spigot.
So far, the two names that I've heard out there are Madeline and Shay. Madeline's name coming from Shay. But Shay's been the one that I've heard the most. And if we're being honest, that would be the direction I would like to see it go. I think Shay had a really big influence on why the last vote and scramble went the way it did. From what I understand, he had a big hand in why that whole confusion and all that, misinformation got out there and why all that drama was there to begin with. So, and Shay's very much like Lex in the fact that he's very social and very connected and is a big personality. So I don't know, and obviously has the ability to be chaotic, and that's not the type of people that I want in the game. I want people that are predictable and that I can trust. And I mean, people that are chaotic like that, they, at the drop of a hat, all of a sudden they could be putting your name out there, and that's not ideal moving forward. So I would, at this point, from what I'm hearing, I'd like to see the vote go Shay's way.
No idea
yeah.
So I've heard Shay's name, but I just didn't want to say that in front of Zucker because Zucker will tell Shay everything.
And I will say that one of those two people said Maddie's name.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Did
I heard the same.
You did? Okay. Did either of them say that last night too?
Last night?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, last night, to be honest, all three of your
everybody
swap tribe were thrown out because you guys were like sort of in the minority, and today things have changed substantially. Yeah. So I'd be more concerned about the fact that someone said it today, this round.
Yeah.
Last night.
Because last night is a whole different, like it seems like a whole 2 days or 3 days.
It almost doesn't exist at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's a completely different game now, all of a sudden.
Exactly.
All right, Lex voted out at the last tribal council. As all of you are, I'm sure, aware, the jury is here to observe. They are here to gain information to make the vote at the end. They are not to speak at any time. Morgan, take it away.
Well, hello, Final 10. Shay, I want to start with you. Last round, you made a visit to Exile Island. How was it coming back into the game after being absent from last round?
Jarring, in a word. Just going from like a little bit of the cast before we even started in the mini to jumping into the mini, you're like, all right, mentally prepared to hit the ground running, to then sitting so bored for an hour and a half that I literally moved every plant in my house behind me to make it look like I'm in a jungle. It was, like slow. And then jumping back in was panicking fast. And I haven't played a mini in 2-3 years. So it was, very quick recrash course into the absolute chaos that occurs.
Now, Garsow, obviously everybody knows that Shea has visited Exile Island. Was there any talk about what might have happened there? Did Shea share anything with anybody? What's the talk of the town?
I haven't heard anybody talk about what potentially went down there, nor has Shea said anything to me. I don't know if he said anything to anybody else. I think it's hard when it's something to keep in mind. Everybody potentially worries about that kind of stuff, but when you're in a mini like this and the format's so fast, everyone's just trying to figure out, who the vote's going to be rather than trying to discuss what might have happened or not have happened at Exile.
Fair enough. There's a lot going on in a short amount of time. So Simmons, congratulations. After a long pre-merge of many losses, it's got to feel nice to have a win. How you feeling?
As good as ever, I guess. I mean, it's always good to win. Not as much stress this round as there was previous rounds. And not just today at the mini, at the last, 3 tribal councils that I've been to. So feels pretty good.
Awesome. Now, Kylie, we saw your name come up last time. You were second place in the challenge. Do you feel like you needed immunity this round? Are you going to see your name again this tribal council?
I mean, immunity is always good because, anytime that your name is not an option is the best case scenario. But I'm just really grateful, for everyone that kept me. And I think that I feel like we're going to be moving forward. New round, new slate, new clean slate for everybody. So that's what I feel.
All right. Austin Moorhead, other than obviously safety itself, like Kylie said, having your name as not an option is the ideal scenario. But other than safety itself, how does someone having immunity affect the vote in this fast-paced game?
That's an interesting question. I mean, if you have relationships with people, like naturally those people are going to discuss with how, they went with the vote, how are we going over here? Are we going over here? Also, you nerds in Extreme Flip Cup suck. I love y'all to death, but I smacked that shit off the table. I was so pissed. Yeah, I would say that, immunity depends on at the head of the table where that lies. And it's all about, who sticks with that. If anybody goes with, is anybody going to follow? Or are people going to create chaos? The world is everyone's oyster, and it's all up to everyone else to decide.
Maddie, has this round been just as chaotic as the last, or do you feel like people are starting to fall into a rhythm?
I feel like we may have a couple more rounds before we feel like we're really in that rhythm. I feel like we're not quite settled yet, but we're working towards it.
Zucker, how do you fight for what you want in this type of game? With these scramble rooms, obviously the rounds are short. You never know who's going to pop into your conversation or leave your conversation. How do you make sure that the direction of the game is moving in a way that you want it to?
It's definitely a balancing act, as I'm figuring out, because my understanding is no one wants to obviously stick themselves out there. You see what happened, last round with Lex. No one wants to really throw a name around, puts a target on them, and then very quickly word spreads, right? Different groups, different combinations of people. So it's a hard thing to do. But I think, at least from my perspective, again, I just want to play as calm a game as possible. I know by nature it's not going to be, but trying to just make things as simple as possible if it allows for, and just really having the conversations with the people that I am close to, and just hoping that we can find ourselves after this vote survive for the next round.
So Karen, Zucker brings up an interesting balance, right? You don't want to necessarily be the one putting names out there, but at the same time, we are officially in the jury stage of the game. You want people to view you as somebody that is having agency in the game. So how do you find that balance?
I mean, at a certain point, you just have to trust people, certain people. I mean, you can't trust everybody. And of course, you can trust nobody at the same time, but you do have to just at least try to trust some people. Because at the end of the day, somebody has to throw out a name. We can't just all sit here and be like, oh no, I don't want to throw out a name, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't work. Like, we are on a time limit and we have to vote. And if we want our game to go in a certain direction, we have to at least try to direct it a little bit. I mean, maybe not every round it's as important, like who goes, and maybe you're an adaptable player, maybe you're not. I don't know. But eventually a name has to come out.
Yeah. Andrew, what is the vote about for you this round?
The vote for me is, at this point in the game, information, everyone's talking about something. Everyone's talking about something, whether it's true or not, everyone's talking. I know for me personally, I try to say as much as possible so that people know that I'm not bullshitting them. But I also know that others, are really good at like doing like this, and then all of a sudden they show all of this, and not just their all of this, everyone else is all of this, and that's not the best. When you might have some secrets that that you might want to keep quiet, and all of a sudden things are out there. So I'd say my vote tonight is just more of tonight. Jeez Louise. My vote this round is to make sure to keep things as airtight as possible for as long as possible before inevitably it all gets leaked.
I also just want to mention, like, if you see me laughing off to the side, Claudia's just being really funny, so like, don't read into it.
All right, does anybody have anything else they'd like to add to our conversation? Okie dokie, it is time to vote. Let's have Karen stay here to vote first. Everybody else can head to the...
I do have one thing, Morgan.
Okay.
I just want to shout out, I did hear my name tossed around. I did get an idol at Exile, and I plan to use it.
All right.
It's quite interesting.
Any other fun tidbits that we'd like to throw out in the open? Okay.
All right, so I was shocked that nothing was played last round. That's the only thing I was shocked about. I would say that this round is pretty much the same. If Shea has something cool, if he doesn't, cool. I am voting for Shea. It is spelled like the stadium, right?
So, it's kind of with a heavy heart, but, my vote is for Shea. Yeah, I mean, I did talk with you right before letting you know that, I heard your name just to hopefully build some, trust that, if it is you. I know I've also heard my name, which I'm kind of nervous about, but, if my rationalization is correct, then, I think the votes are ultimately going to be you. And it's a risk for me, knowing my name is out there, to not play my idol. But from what you said, you also probably may have found an idol on Exile. So I sure hope that you did, and that you can save yourself this round, and we'll pick up, from where we left off after this vote.
I don't get a vote.
That's true.
But I'll show this paper and hang out with you and say hello.
If you were to vote, who would it be?
Yeah, true.
Maddie, maybe. I think it's me. It's either me or Zucker. But I wouldn't want to write Zucker's name down. Honestly, if it was like one of those near split situations. So I'd probably just write Maddie down and hope that enough people actually went through with that.
I'm voting for Shea. We chopped off the head of the snake last round. Now it's time to get its ass.
I think it'll come across as logical. Both of the people that I've heard that we might vote for have not talked to me at all, so I know they're voting for me. So let's go here, just in case.
All right. I'll go tally the votes. Alrighty, if anybody has an advantage or an idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I don't got one. I was joking.
Okay. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom call immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Shea. We're tied. 1 vote Shea, 1 vote Zucker. Shea. That's 3 votes Shea. Shea. Ninth person voted out of Survivor All-Stars and the second member of our jury. Shea. Shea, the tribe has spoken.
It was fun, y'all. Have a great game. Be kind to each other. Much love. Andrew has an idol. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of great relationships, and that's one wonderful thing that I can take out of this game. I came in not knowing many people, and it turns out that the ones I did know were the ones to burn me. Knowing the fact that it was probably going to be a Lex Kylie show-off, and that Kylie would probably try to go to exile just to make herself safe. So I wanted to try to beat her there. I was successful in that. So if I wasn't going to be able to chance to win, I knew I could at least keep myself safe and give a shot for Lex to win that battle and keep the main part of my game alive. When that didn't happen, it was in the cards. If it wasn't going to be this vote, it was going to be the next or the one after that. So, yeah, great time.